We are live. Hello, everyone. How is everyone's Thursday going? Hi, Mama San. Hello, Jill. Hello, Kelly. I got a Burns on here. I don't know which Burns it is. Hi, Anchos. Hi, guys. Welcome on in. So today's kind of a weird day because it should be opening day and it should be Christmas in the neighborhood. It should feel like Christmas in Bridgeport, but it doesn't, and it sucks. But I want to know who's everyone going to be cheering for once baseball finally comes back this season. As you know, I'll be cheering for my White Sox. I love them oh so very much. This is a day that White Sox fans have been waiting for, not since the end of last year, but since December 6th of 2016. For those of you who don't know what that day signifies, that was the day that the White Sox traded Chris Sale for Yano Mercado and Michael Kopech. And that was the day that White Sox fans knew that it was gonna be good. We felt it. We could feel it. I could feel it. We also knew that it was going to be kind of a long road ahead, which we were fine with. And we could feel it this season. I was trying to contain my heart so much. But it's still going to be a good year. It is. Whenever it happens. I still have faith. I hope you all have the faith, okay? I know Sale leaving was really hard, but he was a butterfly who needed to grow, and now he's gone. So I'm going to crack open my beer, guys. I was going to drink wine, but in the spirit of the opening day, who's drinking wine? I'm drinking beer. So everyone, cheers. I do want to share with you guys a fun story about opening day. So this was the very first ball I ever got at a White Sox game, and this is embarrassing, I was like 20. So I was sitting, it was when Lexi Ramirez was the shortstop for the White Sox. I don't know if you guys remember him. Real skinny guy. And he was, he had the ball and they were coming in, and I jumped up and was like, give it to me, give it to me. And he came in, and I couldn't believe it. So I was actually shocked. So I looked at the little kid next to me, and I was like, sorry, chump, you're not getting this. I'm like, this is mine. I've waited 20 years for it, so it's going to go right back on the shelf. Okay, let me know what you guys are drinking. So I saw some people are drinking wine. What are we drinking tonight, everyone? I want to know. Again, I would normally serve you guys. I can't serve you, but I would love to know what it is that you're drinking right now. What's everyone drinking? Let me look at some of these comments. Hello, Carissa. Mama's drinking wine. We got wine. What's up, MK? Ooh, Malbec. We got a beer from Bobby. Miller Lite. Love it. Water. Okay, Anna. You can drink tonight. It's fine. We got the Maronis down in West Palm Beach drinking Malbec. Coffee. And Celine, why am I not surprised by that at all? A Busch Latte. All right. Whiskey on the rocks. I know that's a lie. We got water. Okay, water's good. I'm fine with water. All right, guys, so let me tell you a little bit about our next guest. I'm just waiting for him to hop on, but he is actually the new voice of the White Sox. So I don't know if anyone saw, but the White Sox posted a video today on all their social media platforms. I will share it so you guys can see it. Oh, we got some old fashions. That sounds delicious. A fat tire, yum. But yes, he is the new voice of the Chicago White Sox, but you know him best as Detective Kevin Atwater. And it's LaRoyce Hawkins, guys. So you know him as an actor on Chicago PD. He is a musician. He is a comedian. He is a poet. And he hails from Harvey, Illinois. And even better, he's a White Sox fan, which is one thing that I love so much about him. Again, we're still waiting for him to jump on. So as we are waiting for him to jump on, I am curious to know from all of you guys, because I know I have a lot of White Sox fans on here, what is something that you are most looking forward to eating at the ballpark when you finally get the chance? So, for me, it's a list. And it's going to involve me wearing my fat pants, aka my leggings. But let me tell you guys about it. So in right field, it's the Xfinity Lounge. I don't know if it's going to still be the Xfinity Lounge this year. I love the elote, helmet nachos, but the corned beef sandwich is the best thing in the ballpark. It's about this fat. It has a jalapeno mayo, like a jalapeno chipotle mayo with a jalapeno coleslaw, and then it comes with a bag of chips. Absolutely divine and delicious. What else do we got? A Polish for sure. Hot dog with mustard and grilled onions. You can never go wrong with that. Ooh, ribs from the patio. I have not had ribs from the patio. I will have to add that to the list. Followed by a piece of gum. Nene's got it right with the corned beef sandwich. You can't go wrong with the corned beef sandwich. A churro. Okay, but the question is, which churro? Do you get it plain or do you get it with... I like the vanilla filling in my churro. Very much so. What else is everyone thinking about getting? Again, I'd love to know. And, you know, I was really looking forward to them playing. So the White Sox were opening up, I believe, to the Royals today. And I just think it's poetic because that was when Tim Anderson's bat flip was heard around the world. You know? Like, oh my God. It was amazing. If you didn't fall in love with that guy when you were done, I mean, I don't know what else was going to. I don't eat at the games, ruins the buzz. Okay, I mean, Bobby, you got a great point. Don't get me wrong. But you're going to have to go one day and eat around the ballpark. I mean, it makes the most sense. I mean, Bobby is smart. He's very smart. Can't go wrong with a hot dog. All right. We are waiting. Give me 1 second, guys, okay? Okay. All right, so I guess in the meantime, since we are still waiting, I will ask you guys some question. Fran's never been to a White Sox game. No, Fran just never goes to a White Sox game on time. There's a difference, okay? So, okay. No, Fran has been to a White Sox game. She just really likes to leave early. Okay, so questions for you guys. What is the one song that makes you get up and run to the dance floor? Is it bad when the guy collecting the cans puts a gift card in your mailbox? Maybe. Maybe. What's the one song that makes you guys get up and go to the dance floor? I would say, oh God, what's mine? I don't even, it's the song with Christina Aguilera and all the four girls. Lady Marmalade? Soul Sister? I don't know. I don't know what the name of the song is, but I think I sound like Christina. Goodbye Earl, 100%. Earl is definitely the song that gets me going to the dance floor. Okay. All right. What else do we got? Angel Eyes, for sure. What's the one song that makes everyone sing it out loud to the top of their lungs? I know one person who is watching on here, Mikey Hillock. Mikey's is definitely going to be Tequila, and no one sings or screams Tequila louder than that man. No one does. I want to stomp my feet. Nicole, get up and stomp your feet. So I don't actually know where the story of Earl comes from, because I believe that Goodbye Earl was born somewhere else, but I think it wasn't, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's very... Where was... Ooh, I Will Wait by Mumford & Son. Everybody by the Backstreet Boys, yes! Oh my God, it's hysterical. Tighter, Tighter, Carly. Doris J. I know the one... Another song. Ooh, Anything by Celine. Yeah, Celine Dion. Gets me going. Gets me going. But I think maybe in the meantime, why don't we play Thunderstruck by AC/DC as if we were at the game. We can drink with it. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Again, it feels like we're at a Sox game. We're not, but it feels like it for sure. song gets weird as the night goes on. Yes, it does. Jill, I don't know where Atwater is. I was cold in the middle of the night in Road Town. Alright, I'm going to turn it down. We're going to leave it in the background. Bobby, you're not wrong. What did Bobby say? Let's get ratchet up in here. I ain't mad about that. The song really does get weirder as the night goes on. I don't know why it does, but it really does. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the reason, let's be honest, why you all came, our guest has finally joined us. Let me go ahead and request him to come on in. Give me 1 second. You've been thunderstruck. It does get weird as the night goes on. Hello!
Hey, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Everything?
Everything's everything. We're just over here jamming to Thunderstruck, pretending like we're back at Comiskey right now, and we're imagining that it's opening day. We are loading. Let's give us 1 second. Well, in the meantime, I'll drink my beer. All right. Officer, take a drink. Down, 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 down. LaRoyce, I don't know what's happening. In the meantime, welcome all of my newcomers. Uh-oh, something happened. All right, let's try and get it back going again. All right, I think it worked. Give me 1 second, guys. Again, I'm learning this with you guys, so I appreciate your patience and your understanding of just trying to figure this out and trying to learn all of this stuff as we go. So I'll wait for LaRoyce to hop back on. But for every new person who is on in, welcome on in, guys. Remember, make sure you have a drink with us, okay? That's the whole point of Bar Talk. The whole point of Bar Talk is I'm your virtual bartender, and we're sharing a drink, and that is the reason why we are doing all of this. And I'm so excited that you guys are here with me on this lovely Thursday night. Normally, I would be at my place of work right now, and that would be my family's bar, Shinnick's Pub. And in the neighborhood, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's Christmas in the neighborhood. It's a day that we mark on our calendars. We request off of work the next day because we're too hungover to function. I know I do. I requested off tomorrow. All right. I'm back. All right, LaRoyce, you are back. It's okay. Just request to join the chat. Again, guys, technical difficulties, but this is the day and age in which we live. All right. Let me go ahead. Why isn't this working? Okay. So, LaRoyce, if you are still here, I need you to request to add on. I don't think there's a way for me to do it. And yes, Luce is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Luce will be my guest on Saturday night, which will be a ball-busting time, which I cannot wait to have him in. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we got it. I also love that as this is loading, Thunderstruck is finally ending. All right, we are back in action, sir.
There we go. How are you doing?
There we go. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. First and foremost, what are you drinking this evening?
Well, I got a simple glass of wine right now. I'm not sure how many of y'all are familiar with Cambridge.
Ooh.
If you don't know about Cambridge, you should figure that out now. This is probably one of the most carried away cabs that you can grab.
Where's it from?
I got this from the flagship Jewel Osco on Division Street.
Okay. Okay, that's great.
You know, but I'm pretty sure it's from somewhere a lot fancier than the flagship Jewel.
I figured.
But my Cambridge came from the flagship Jewel on Division Street. Miss Shelia, who is a powerful friend of mine, she runs the whole Jewel up there, and you know, under these quarantine demonstrations, she knew I was gonna need a little help.
I'm gonna have to go and find her and get that bottle of wine then.
if you go to the flagship jewel on the Vision, make sure you ask for Miss Shelia.
I will make sure I ask for Miss Sheila. I'm gonna write Miss Sheila down right now, so I don't.
Write that down. She got you.
Okay, so LaRoyce, I am so excited to have you on. You were on
For real?
season 7 of Chicago PD with 3 more renewed by NBC Chicago. But the one thing that I find really interesting is your life could be so different right now if you didn't roll the dice. So
No, that's true.
you were filming Ballers at the time when PD was coming out. Ballers really wanted you to stay on, but you said, no, even though there was not a lot of certainty with PD, you rolled the dice with it. Why did you do it?
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. It didn't really seem like that much of a dice roll for me. Honestly, I met Brian Luch, and that became the seed. I think me and him planted the seed that I knew was gonna grow into something pretty carried away if we kept going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, him and I are from a very similar place. So I think when game recognizes game, that was one of those opportunities. You know, I come from Harvey, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time when I was growing up in Harvey, we didn't really respect the police that much. That's something that I'm working very hard to make sure I change for, you know, the black boys that live in Harvey now. But
Right.
For us back in the day, you know, we really respected the cat, you know, the big homie on the block a lot more than the police because we could trust them more. We just kind of knew their angle. We understood where they were coming from. There was an education that we didn't have about how police are trained, about how they think, about their conditioning that I didn't learn or I wasn't even open to understanding until I met Brian Luch. I met Brian Luch, and he opened me up to a perspective that from the heart I could understand. From the heart I can understand. What I think is dope about Atwater and the struggle that Atwater has is that in his head, a lot of time it doesn't make sense. And I think it's his heart that really makes him, you know, it's his heart that's really hard for him to really line up with his head that really creates the struggle between Atwater and, you know, what he's doing on the team and why. And, you know, so I wouldn't know any of that if it wasn't for Luch. And what was unfortunate for Ballers is that I met Luch well before I met them.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So even though those are great people over there and those are relationships that I still have and a rhythm that I would love to pick back up again soon, I met Luch first, and he had pretty much already sold me on a story that I could tell that I knew from where I'm from would be different. I knew that from where I grew up, I would be able to plant a seed that would be able to bridge gaps and do more than just, you know, sell hot TV.
Right. No,
So
that's
it was something telling. It was something that just told me like, man, you got to go with the home team. And Luch was one of those people that had me pretty convinced that whatever I did at home was going to be a lot more significant and successful. And I think that's exactly what we're doing. 7 seasons later, with 3 more in the trunk, Luch, with 3 more in the trunk.
I know, I can't wait.
You know what I'm saying? We doing our thing.
It's I can't wait to see what else you guys have in store. It is my favorite show. One thing that I find really amazing about you is you're a comedian. So I want to know, can you impersonate any of your cast members?
You funny. I mean,
or anyone,
yeah.
like just anyone in general. Can you?
Yeah. I got some. So early in my comedy career, I did used to do a lot of impersonation. I'm not gonna lie to you. Impersonation was like a part of my shtick because I'm a big Jamie Foxx fan.
Okay.
And you know, when most comedians start off, they have to kind of, you know, find their vibes, and they find their vibes through older, more seasoned comedians. And Jamie Foxx and Steve Harvey were the big homies that I tried to emulate. And Jamie Foxx was big on impressions, and he was big on singing and stuff like that. So I did a lot of that. And then Steve Harvey, you know, he had a real he had a powerful energy that reminded me a lot of my father.
Mm-hmm.
And he always wore like real slick suits. So early in my comedy career, I used to perform in my prom suit.
Stop it.
I had this prom suit that it was silver.
I was gonna say, please describe the prom suit.
I think it was silver. It was like one of them powerful zoot suits. Cause I remember I got it off of Roosevelt. And what's crazy is I don't live too far from the street that I remember my high school girlfriend's father taking me to that street and being like, I know exactly where to get you a suit. I know where to get you a real good suit. And he took me to Roosevelt.
I think I even know what you're talking about. If you're
man, he took me to that block on Roosevelt, man. And I remember I got this powerful silver suit, and I remember my grandma made me this dope vest. That was way too glittery for anybody in the hood, but my grandma made it, so I had to rock it. And I used to like that. That used to be my. That was what I performed comedy in high school. Like, I'll put my prom suit on and do my best, go crazy. But let me think. But what you said.
Can you impersonate anyone?
Anybody from the cast?
Or so even Brian? Can you impersonate Brian?
Not that well.
Okay.
I would need to drink something different from wine in order for me to find Brian.
Okay. How about with wine? Who can you impersonate with wine?
I'm doing my best. Watch this.
Okay.
Watch this. Are you a part of this unit?
Oh my God. You got the grunt down.
I never forget this one moment I had with Voight. I couldn't tell if he was talking to LaRoyce or Atwater. It was a moment we had after a read through, and I remember I said something. I brought something up. It was like a soft discrepancy I found in the script, and I was like, yo, listen, man, I got to say this. But it was almost too late, and everything ended up being great. But I remember Voight looking at me, and he telling me, like, you know, if you don't tell me the truth, I can't lie for you. Huh?
I'm nervous right now.
He said, he was like, that's why you're a part of the team. That's why you're here. If you don't say it, who the is? And I was like, I don't know if I'm talking to Voight or Jason right now, but you're right. If I don't say it, who else will? It was an intense moment, man. But, you know, it's one of those moments. And I apologize, man. I honestly, I started drinking a little bit before this started. So
did I. It's
okay.
I couldn't wait. I needed one.
But listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Mm-hmm. That man, and by that man, I mean Jason Begay, in my humble opinion, is probably the most compassionate person from top to bottom.
Wow.
From top to bottom that I've ever met in my life. And I consider myself a very spirit-led individual. And I wouldn't say that if it didn't come from the heart and if I didn't mean it. From top to bottom. That's
amazing. That is amazing. LaRoyce, what do you think is one thing that's really important for people to kind of know right now to maybe help them carry themselves through these like kind of uncharted waters that we're all in right now?
Well, I think it's really important to know that it's, and it's something I've been saying for a while, and it feels a lot more relevant now, but it's a war going on. And I don't think that war has that much to do with the things that we see in the media, the things that we watch on the news, those things that feel external. I think the real war is on the inside. It's between ourselves. I think the real war is finding the gifts that we were all born with, you know, and utilizing the tools that we already have to you know, to create passion, to create resolve, to create rhythm that helps us find our way out of this. You know, one of the things that Be Powerful has always wanted to preach is that, you know, the most powerful version of yourself is really within your gifts. You know, and the more you identify what those gifts are and how they can help others, and how you can use them to serve, fill voids with vibes and things of that nature, then naturally, you know, the more you're walking into wherever you're supposed to be most naturally. Those gifts inform you, you know. So yeah, I would urge people with this time that we have with ourselves alone to think, to meditate on who we are and what we're doing, to identify those gifts that is going to ultimately save you. You know what I'm saying? Like we were born with everything. We were born with everything we got. You know what I ended up doing? And I'm gonna do this just because it's on my mind. So I have a niece. Named Hunter. And I'm terrible with birthdays. So Hunter is in between 5 and 7. She in between 5 and 7.
Okay.
But what I did for Hunter, just as a pledge of affirmation, you know, it's not a pledge of allegiance necessarily, but it's a pledge of affirmation. I want my niece to be one of the first young people to adopt this ideology, to pledge allegiance to what we already got, right? So I know once upon a time there was a pledge of allegiance that told us I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And that means a lot. That means a lot to most of us. And what I asked my niece to learn is an added line. And so with that pledge of allegiance to your nation, if we added nuance, I think it would say something like, I pledge allegiance to the bag.
The bag?
Of the bag.
Okay.
The bag of united gifts I was born with.
Ooh, I like that.
And to the rhythm for which it demands. One kingdom under God, not indivisible, but intentional.
Yes.
With love and light for everybody in the fight.
You need to share that, because that needs to be the anthem for everyone.
I don't disagree, but we got to start with the young minds. I think if we plant seeds with the young people first, and we make that something that they believe, something that they can consider to be true, just as true as the Pledge of Allegiance is to us. You know what I'm saying? You know, I went to a private Christian academy before I went to a public school.
Okay.
So my church that I still attend, New Covenant Missionary Baptist Church, was also New Covenant Christian Academy. And every morning, not only would we sing the national anthem and do the Pledge of Allegiance, but there was also Lift Every Voice and Sing. And there was also, you know, these creeds and devotions that we would do to other vibes, you know what I mean, that also helped us understand the balance of both. You know, it's like, yeah, we serve a great country, you know, a country who, in my humble opinion, is still, despite the circumstances, one of the greatest nations in the world. But I think that's only true because of the balance that you have to add. You know, I think there's a very, you know, not to get too caught up in it, but I think there's a very spiritual journey that you have to acknowledge. Spiritual journey that you have to acknowledge in order to fulfill both. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know,
You just... Sorry, LaRoyce, you're loading right now. Oh, there you go. You're back. Okay.
Right, yeah, that's because my battery was a little low. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't pay my bill on time always.
You don't pay your bill on time? How come you don't pay your bill on time?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, if the battery's low, I think you can just plug your phone in.
I ain't gonna lie to you. it'll always be my fault.
Okay.
You know, it's not always my fault. Trust me. It's some.
Blame it on someone else. Blame it on someone else. Okay, so really quick, you are the king of handshakes. And I think it would be, you are. So I saw it on Chicago PD's YouTube. You have like a handshake with everyone on set.
Yeah. That was important for me because I was like, and I think that's what makes our crew and that cast so cold, right? Because we really friends and we really dig deep, and what's dope about all those handshakes is that they're really specific to the people.
Oh, very much.
You know what I'm saying? Like they not just.
They are so detailed.
They're pretty specific most of the time, and that's what helps me remember them. Because if it's not specific, then I'm not gonna remember it. If it's just a general random vibe, then I'm not gonna retain it. But it's so specific to the people I'm looking at half the time. That's what helps me remember everything. So
I think that again, maybe I think we should make a handshake for everyone who's watching.
Yeah, a social distancing handshake.
A social distancing handshake. So I'm going to let you lead this because, I mean, my handshake is just more of like a high five and that's it. So it's like, so I'm going to let you lead this and you tell us what our virtual social distancing handshake should be.
Okay. Let me think.
Think about it. In the meantime,
okay. Oh, yeah. I might need a little help, too.
Very important. Everyone is watching. Make sure you're having a sip.
Yeah, now's a good time for all of us to enjoy whatever beverage it is that we have close to us. Mm-hmm. For those of us who are just tuning in, I'm drinking the Camus of the Vineyards Cabernet. Probably one of the most prolific cabs that you can find in the city of Chicago. If you're wondering where it's from, I can't give you the grapes specifically. However, I can tell you that Miss Shelia can give you a hand at the flagship jewel on Division.
I really want to go to the flagship jewel on Division just to meet Miss Shelia right now.
Miss Shelia, one of my favorite people.
I know that. You can't stop talking about her.
Miss Shelia grooving. Okay, so this handshake.
Yes.
And I think you started off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna listen to what's going on, and I think this is where we start.
Okay.
So I think it's something like this.
Okay.
And maybe it's something like this for like 1 or 2 beats. So it's like 1, 2.
Okay.
And then, okay, here it is. This is simple, off the cuff, but this is where it's going. You ready?
Okay. Yes.
1, 2. Salute from the heart.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Yes. So 1, 2, salute from the heart. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Absolutely.
Okay, I hope everyone is doing our virtual handshake with us all right now. LaRoyce, we are going to end with some fun rapid fire questions. So it has to just be the first thing that comes to your mind. No hesitation. Think of it as like word vomit of the mouth, okay?
Word vomit of the mouth.
Yes.
But it's like hold on, before we get into the word vomit, can I just let you know how much I appreciate your Sox jersey? I wish you would have told me we were wearing Sox jerseys. I could have went and put mine on.
You can go get one if you want. Do you know where it is in your closet? You can just throw it out.
That might take me too long.
Okay, all right, then we'll do it next
time. That might take me too long because because I'm thinking about where I put the Bo Jackson. I got a Bo Jackson out here that's carried away, but it's similar to yours.
The next time we have this conversation, I'll communicate that I'm wearing a White Sox jersey and you will as well, okay? Okay, so first question, what's something people would be surprised to know about?
People would be surprised to know that though I am considered a tourist because my birthday is on May 4th, I identify as Baptist.
As a what?
Baptist.
So you don't believe in science?
I didn't say that.
Okay. All right.
I told you what I identify with.
Okay.
And that was also a joke. You don't got to take that seriously.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. If Voldemort offered you a hug, would you accept it?
If who?
Voldemort. Have you ever watched Harry Potter?
Oh yeah, if Baltimore offered me a hug, would I accept it?
Yeah.
I probably would. But you know why? You know why I would?
Why?
I would probably accept the hug unbeknownst to Baltimore's intentions, right? I'm a hugger.
Mm-hmm.
So even a person like Baltimore, if he extend them arms, I'm damn near going in there, especially if it's pre-corona, damn near post-corona. I'm
Okay.
damn near, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not too many hugs I'm not taking.
Okay.
I'm having a hard time under these circumstances not hugging the people. I'm not going to tell you.
I know it's
I'll
so
be going,
hard.
I can't wait till we can hug again.
I know. Okay, what food do you dislike the most?
What food do I dislike the most?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I eat everything.
What about as a
But
kid? Was there anything as a kid that you were like, ugh?
yeah, it took me a long time to dig tomatoes.
Tomatoes?
Right? It took me a minute. And,
All right.
and to this day, I still don't love ketchup.
I hate ketchup.
I don't love ketchup, but I can do a tomato, especially on the BLT, especially if that thing and them things fresh and you throw them in the salad the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I appreciate tomatoes and they roll in the demonstration. You know what I'm saying? But when I was a little homie, I didn't understand it. Tomatoes were just as futile as mosquitoes to me.
Okay.
You know how you don't understand mosquitoes? You're like, why do we need mosquitoes? Like, what do
Yeah.
they do? And what's the point?
Yeah.
That's how tomatoes were to me once upon a time. But now I get it.
Okay.
Hopefully
All right.
one day I understand mosquitoes.
Maybe one day. One day. That could be something that you could figure out during quarantine.
Study the mosquito, figure it out.
Okay, what is the kindest thing a stranger has done for you?
The kindest thing a stranger's done for me,
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If it was after a certain time, I would give you the most accurate and appropriate answer. But for the sake of time and benevolence, I'm gonna say I did once ask a stranger for $1. I did once ask a stranger for $1 just to see if he would give it to me in the moment where I did need it.
Okay.
And he gave me $5.
Wow. That's
For real.
fantastic.
For real.
Yeah. How do you define happiness?
I define, honestly, happiness is one of those words that I don't really bother trying to define, because I've learned that happiness, the more you try to define it and the more you try to hold on to it, naturally the more you got to pursue it. Happiness is one of them things that I think is fleeting. Like, you can be happy and sad at any given time of the day. But I think what sustains your energy and what sustains good thought is joy.
Okay.
So when I think about that question, the first thing I automatically lean into is joy. And I think joy is one of those things that will sustain you whether you're happy or you sad. If you got enough joy, you can really groove. You know what I'm saying? Joy is like one of those gifts from God that when you finesse it or when you freak it the right way, no matter how happy or sad you are, you're gonna be good. So I don't really define happiness. I lean into joy as much as I can, and that's why I find my stability.
All right. Stick with joy. Do you have any tattoos?
I do. I got one. You see that?
That's it? Is it like what is it supposed to be?
That's a crown. That's the Be Powerful crown.
All right.
I got this entertainment company called Be Powerful. We actually just created a subsidiary group called Be Powerful Music that I'm running as an independent label. Speaking of the independent label, we just dropped an album yesterday called Last Summer with our artist Jeff Gibbs, who's the best saxophone player in the city. So for anybody who's paying attention, if you need some powerful jazz to stay at home to cook to cry to clean to fold clothes to argue with your loved ones with, or about, or to enjoy a meal, Last Summer by Jeff Gibbs,
Last summer, ladies and gentlemen. Last
It's on all
summer.
the platforms. It's on all the platforms right now. But we just dropped that. And it's the first artist outside of myself and my brother under the Be Powerful label that we're dropping. And we're excited about that.
I love it. Okay. A sunrise or a sunset?
I ain't gonna lie to you. As much as I enjoy the sunrise, because I do, I'm gonna have to lean into the sunset.
Okay. I don't like to wake up that early, so I'll take a sunset any day over a sunrise.
Yeah, I take the sunset for a fact.
Yeah.
Because that's when you really get that good balance between light and darkness, where you're like, oh, this is what's going on.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way of looking at it. Yeah, it really is. Okay, what's the song that makes you get up and run to the dance floor right away?
Atomic Dog.
Atomic Dog. Okay.
Atomic.
That's some killer moves.
Shout out to all my Q dogs out there. So I play a fraternity called Omega Psi Phi, which almost damn near guarantees that every time I hear the Atomic Dog, I gotta activate.
Okay.
I gotta activate, Jenna. I can't even help myself.
You can't control it. It's like something else it's like you catch the Holy Spirit and you just gotta go,
yeah.
right?
It's like a mandated moment that has to happen.
I love it. Okay, what's the oddest pet you've ever had?
I'm gonna tell you, but I don't think it was an odd pet.
Okay.
I think it was honestly the most appropriate pet for me at the time. And what's up, Bino? My little sister just pulled up.
Hello.
And me and that pet had a good time. So in Harvey, most of my friends had pit bulls and Rottweilers because that's the average pet that the average person is gonna have in the hood. Mm-hmm. But one Easter, my pops bought me a duck.
A duck.
A duck. And I had that duck for about 2 years. I named that duck Duke. And me and Duke had powerful adventures. We learned a lot about ourselves and each other through our experience. And one day, just because, it's hard to have a duck in the hood, and when you got squirrels and raccoons that's gonna hate on your duck naturally, you know what I'm saying? We had to find space for my duck to really be a duck in a suburb more affluent than Harvey. So we found a pond in Park Forest where there were other ducks, and my pops was like, whoever taking care of these ducks can take care of my duck. And by then, Duke had been jumped a couple times, and also my little brother, who didn't understand a domesticated duck demonstration.
Yeah.
Trying to teach my duck how to fly so he can fly his way out of danger.
Right.
Was really only hurting my duck. He was really just throwing him in the air, and he would fall on the back of his neck in ways that really affected his vertebrae. So one day, me and my pops found this pond in Park Forest that had other ducks, and even though Duke was the only white duck, we knew that whoever was taking care of those ducks would take care of Duke. So the saddest day of my childhood was.
I'm so sorry. That's really rough.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
He kept following me back to the car, and I was trying to tell him, like, Duke, you can't come back to Harvey. It's not safe for you there. Naturally, it's not sweet. But yeah, I miss Duke. To this day, it was hard for me to eat duck for a while.
Have you?
I have. I'm not gonna lie to you. I go to Archeval, and every time I go there, I get the duck heart hash. And I used to not eat duck because of my duck, but now I eat duck
for the duck
because of my duck.
Because of the duck. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, you know what? I just feel like I'm getting Duke inside of me.
Yeah.
In a way
Duke is still a part of you.
Yeah.
He's still a part of you. Okay, if you weren't an actor, comedian, musician, poet, what would you do?
If I wasn't an actor, musician, poet, I think I would still be a vibe warrior.
Okay.
And one of the things that I've been trying to it's kind of like a new, because I know society is used to putting titles on us that's that feel familiar, right? Like we're used to being called actors and poets and comedians and things like that, because those are professions and careers that we've learned to like and love a lot. But I consider myself a vibe warrior, and I think a vibe warrior is one of those people who, remember I told you about the bag of gifts I was born with?
Yes.
One of those people that can do a lot, one of those people who kind of consider themselves as, you know, the ones who are supposed to put vibes in places where vices used to be. If there's a void, you know what I'm saying, I'm here to add rhythm and relief. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just one that really considers my, like, whatever I got to do to serve, whatever I got to do to pull off the story. More than anything, I think I'm a storyteller. So if you don't want to go too far right, you can just consider me a storyteller.
Okay. Why do you love Chicago?
Why I love Chicago? I mean, that's one of the easiest and hardest questions I've ever been asked. Because it's like, because why not comes to mind first and foremost. It's like, why wouldn't you? You know, it's hard not to love a place. It's really hard, in my humble opinion, not to love a place that teaches you so much about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That can really show you so much of the world in a small town.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from Chicago, and when I say I'm from Chicago, no matter where I go in the world, at least so far, no matter where I've been in the world, there's a respect and there's almost an understanding that comes with coming from being from Chicago.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, even no matter where you go, when you're from Chicago, because of what you've learned or what you've experienced or what you know, you're probably in a better place than most.
Amen to that. What is a weird or odd talent?
So, we talked about one of my first plays earlier. One of my last plays in college was this play I did called Equus.
Equus, okay.
Yeah, and Equus is basically about this little white boy who's kind of sexually and religiously obsessed with horses.
Okay.
And I had to be the horse.
Okay.
I was the only black person in the department, Jenna. Who else was going to play the horse?
I don't know, but I don't think it should have been you.
It had to be me. And I'm not saying because I'm hung like one, because the horse was hung like me.
Okay.
I've had enough of these to go there. Bottom line is, I'm really just playing. But as I've studied horses, I studied horses for a significant amount of time in a way that I was like, I didn't know I could make the noises.
Okay.
And so when my mama came and saw the play, she thought that it was like some digital effects that, you know, the play had. And I was like, no, mama, that was actually me making all the horse noises the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
So making a horse noise right now.
I'm going to try. You ready?
Yeah.
It's been a minute, so, you know.
Warm up.
I've been through puberty twice. I've been through puberty twice since then, so.
Okay.
Let me see what I can.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I used to get that shit.
I mean, you definitely, if Chicago PD for some reason doesn't work out in the next few years, you can definitely do some sort of horse narrating in like a comedy cartoon, like for sure.
Maybe. That took a lot of hard work. I had to study horses for a long time for that.
I can imagine.
But to this day, they're still my favorite animals, just because of how humble and strong they are at the same time. You know, they really lend themselves to men in a way that we don't deserve.
Yeah.
But they still look out for us in ways that, you know, they don't have to. So
that's amazing. That was so spot on. Okay, what is the best piece of advice that someone's given you?
honestly, I've had a lot of good advice, but what comes to mind now, probably what comes to mind now, and it's a little appropriate, is everything will be okay in the end. And if it ain't okay, then it ain't the end.
Ooh.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, especially in a time like now where, you know, you don't really know where you're going to get most of your hope or help from.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's important to understand that if it feels hard and difficult, that's only because we still got a little bit more to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know that, you know, in my experience, at least in, I know when I was a little homie, I used to clean my room, and then now and then it'll get a little bit more dirty before it got clean real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think
Yeah.
that's the space that we're in now globally.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're in this global space where there's a lot of paradigm shifts in the energy in the universe. Yeah.
All right. What's the first thing you notice in a woman?
And to finish the thought, just to
Yeah,
finish the
sorry,
thought.
go ahead.
It's a lot of paradigm shifts in the energy, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of different things in the universe. And it's important to end.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
if it ain't okay, it's obviously not the end.
If
So
it ain't okay, it's not.
keep persevering, keep seeing it through, and
Okay.
you know, enjoy coming in the morning.
All right. Okay, we got 3 more questions and then we are all done, okay?
Okay.
All right. What is the first thing you notice in a woman?
Man, it depends on the situation. Wait, hold on. Jenna, if you're gonna start asking me stuff like this, I'm gonna have to go use the bathroom.
No, I don't think you need to use the bathroom.
No, I do. Because I ain't gonna lie, I've been having to pee for like 5 minutes anyway.
Okay, then
So
go
if we
pee.
got 3 questions and then you start with that,
So
I gotta get a lady the respect they deserve for the question.
Okay.
I'll be right back. This ain't gonna take me long.
Okay. You go.
The most time it's gonna take is me washing my hands.
Okay. You make sure you wash your hands, please. Okay. All right. So LaRoyce is gonna use the John, and as he's using the John, I think I need another beer. I drank this way faster than I thought. Guys, I can't believe he can make those horse sounds. I'm like actually dead right now. Like I can't believe it. And I need to like put this chair down so I can sit down. Yes, that's Biggie. Okay. He's got a whiz. I mean, when you gotta go, guys. Like, I get it. I really would love if my roommates were coming downstairs to give me a Miller Lite right now because it is empty. I think they might be doing it. Oh, Go, bud. Go. Okay, he's gonna stay. Okay, so how great of my roommates, guys, to run and grab me a beer. Normally I'm serving them, but today they're serving me. I can't believe this. All right, we're on beer number 2. Also, I should say that Bar Talk, I've never fully finished a drink, yet opened another one, so God bless. Yeah, Chris is 6 feet away. We fucked up. I'm sorry, guys. But when alcohol's involved, it's really serious.
All right, so I wash my hands. This is also a hand sanitizer.
God bless.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to experiment for the people who don't understand this experience. And so another thing I've been experiencing through this quarantine culture that we're becoming accustomed to is that the more hand sanitizer you put on and the more you wash your hands, the more ashy you damn they're gonna be. Especially if you look like me. So what I keep close is a lotion. This lotion is Le Labo Central 33. It's only 237 milliliters, 8 fluid ounces, but it definitely gets the job done. You know what I'm
So
saying?
can I give you a piece of advice? Because so as a bartender, I'm washing my hands after every time I serve someone. So my hands
Yeah.
are raw. I'll put lotion on and then gloves on when I go to bed, and I swear it helps.
For real. For real.
For real, I swear to God, you're
So
gonna
you put
wake
the
up.
gloves on?
Put gloves on when you go to bed, but put lotion on with the gloves so it keeps all the moisture inside. It helps.
Right.
It helps. Okay.
JD. Can I call you JD?
You
That's
can
a
call
good
me
idea.
JD. I love it. Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. So
All right.
the last question that I asked before you ran to the loo was, what is the first thing you notice in a woman?
Oh yeah, and then I remember. See, this is a question that I can't just answer just simply because it really depends on the situation. The situation is the boss,
Okay.
and so if it's a summer day and we at a barbecue and honey's got their toes out, the first thing I'm gonna notice is what color those toenails are. If they white, that means they probably white toenail polish, and my culture is considered an elite toenail polish. And if the toenails are white, I'm noticing that. I'm looking at feet first, just because you put them out there. But sometimes we're not in a situation where feet is the foundation of how we fucking around. So at that point, the first thing I'm paying attention to is a sense of humor. I like honey that can make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not in a situation where I gotta get shallow, I'm gonna dig deep, and I'm gonna see. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see how far these jokes go. I'm gonna see how far my joke. Like if a woman can laugh at me, she damn near sold me.
Damn. Okay.
If I can laugh at her from a real place, I'm damn near good. You know what I'm saying? Those are some of the things that I pay attention to first and foremost. And so yeah, it depends on the situation. If we're on the deep end, then I'm looking for laughs.
Okay.
If we over there, like, you know what I'm saying? If it's only 3 feet, no pressure, I need to see them toes.
Okay, so it's either toes, ladies, or you really got to make the man laugh. Okay. LaRoyce, who should my next guest be?
Who should next guest be?
Yes.
Like in between me and Luch?
So I have someone for tomorrow. So in the future, who should my next guest be on the show?
Oh, in the future, who should your next guest be? Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Because I don't know. For me, it really depends on what story you're trying to tell. And, you know, so based off of, let me ask you this, Jenna.
Yes.
D. Based off of me and what we feel like our audience might be learning tonight, what they're going to learn probably tomorrow and with Luch, what is it that you want them to discover next?
So I would say I want everyone watching to be able to come here and laugh with us. That's my biggest thing, guys. I want to just bring humor to everyone for a sense of time. But also, if you have maybe a story to tell that's going to help someone in the long run, I would love to have someone share that story. Because I really believe at the end of the day that we are more alike with each other than we are different. We just have to peel the layers back to see it, but I believe that in my soul.
I don't disagree with you. Okay, so you're really looking for people who have stories that can inspire / motivate your audience to dig probably a little deeper than they might be used to, and also learn something about themselves.
Amen.
Cool, copy that. So based off of that, if I was to think about who you should think about next, I would talk to Luch.
Okay.
And then you could probably help set this up. But like,